This is your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Kyle Dickens.
And it has been rather warm over the last 14 days, no doubt about that. Take a look at this. Over the past 13 days, in fact, we've had one day, a single day, that has been below average, all the rest above average. Not dramatically above average, but this time of year it's already warm, so it kind of skews it a little bit. We've had certainly a warm stretch. That's going to continue on, and that warm weather could fire off a couple possibly strong storms here. Not expecting a widespread deal, but you get these storms they blow up pretty quickly here, and they get a lot of rain with them with all that humidity and heat, and that could bring some gusty winds. So we'll be watching for that. I'm not too concerned about it. If you got plans today, keep those plans in place. Just take an umbrella with you. A little bit warmer though as we head into tomorrow and into Saturday. Going to be a stretch of mid-90s, possibly close to the century mark here. But as we get into Sunday and beyond, a little bit closer to average on our temperatures in the mid-80s. Severe weather threat, we're partially in a level 1 risk today. Again, that is going to be focused, I think, more on what we see overnight tonight, which we'll talk about here in a second. But with those pop-up storms that we see, again, we could get some gusty winds with those, along with heavy rainfall. Storm zone stays up to the northwest here through the weekend, so it keeps us dry and overall pretty clear, I would say. Still some pop-up storm chances as we get into the weekend. We'll talk about that, but no severe weather expected. Here's 5 p.m. Temperature-wise, yeah, 93 degrees, mid-90s. It'll feel pretty warm, but you can see we're starting to pop off some storms. It does look like by the time we get to red, white, and boom, here's 9 p.m., right about that time, those storms should be diminishing. So it looks like it'll be a non-threat for us for tonight. So if you plan on heading out to red, white, and boom, or any of the events going on across the two-state, we should be dry. So that is some good news. We watched this complex of storms I showed earlier in our first weather there. We have that stationary boundary to the north. That could act as a kind of a raceway for some storms. That could get into the northern part of the viewing area, and I do believe that's why we've got that level 1 risk is for this. This is coming in about 5 a.m., so it should be out and through the area by the time we get to the morning hours tomorrow and commute time. Another warm one, though. Mid-90s expected. Heat index values could approach the century mark here. Saturday starting off here in the 70s. Clear skies overall, but once again, once we get into the late afternoon hours, that heat could fuel some strong storms. We'll watch these. Not expecting anything severe. It'll be just kind of your garden variety storms that we could all use. A little drink of rain for the lawns, right? With all this heat especially. That should exit by the time we get to Sunday, and might see an isolated storm chance here Sunday, but overall expecting, for the most part, a dry weekend. Humidity is going to be kind of on a downtick too. And as mentioned, our temperatures will be a little bit closer to average, which is the mid-80s for this time of year. Not the case next couple days, though. Temperatures on the feel like here will feel more like the mid-90s. Same deal tomorrow as well. So, yes, we'll have to deal with that. But, again, that humidity and those high temperatures could fuel some storms, so we'll be watching for that. Take a look at the next 24 hours here. It's going to be a warm one, of course, just in time for JDC tonight. Temperatures dropping into the 70s. 7-day forecast shows overall a pretty decent summer forecast here, and yeah, you could see temperatures in the 90s over the next couple days, but once we get to Sunday we start trailing off on those temperatures, and mid-80s return. But again, we'll be dodging some pop-up storms over the next couple days.